Okay, so I have a quick question, really quickly. If you could pair Spawn with any of the movie Batman, which movie Batman would you think fits the vision for your Spawn the most? I got it. I actually made him think.
It's weird. I haven't seen the Batman that's in my head yet on film. So,
wow! Oh, that's a great answer.
But I have a bent. I have a bent sort of mindset that, you know, if you're gonna go dark, and again, I understand that corporate America has to do what they got to do, and they've got brands or whatever else. Like, but in my head, if you're gonna go dark, right? Mm-hmm. That means the way you know you've done it right is if you bring your mom and you bring a 5-year-old and they both leave within the first 10 minutes.
I love that.
The 5-year-old is crying. Then you go, then I did dark in the proper fashion. Right. So, for instance, I went and saw this movie my daughter brought me to a couple years back. Is it called It? The one with the clown?
Yeah. Oh yeah.
And
that's it.
I was, it just, the whole time I was watching, I was just bugged by this movie of going, oh my God. Now again, on one hand, I admire it that they have figured out how to do horror and sell it to the masses. And the way they did it was the clown would come and it would get tense and it would get tense and tense. And right when it was going to get just a little bit too tense, they cut to the kids and they say a fart joke. Right. And I was like, oh, so they're just going to keep throwing jokes in the middle of the dark just to not let people know they're in a dark movie. So then it's not that dark. I don't know. I mean, if you're going to go, then you go hard. But that's me. And that's why I don't fund the companies, and I understand.
Just to follow up, what is it you think that you haven't seen them bring to the screen for Batman quite yet that you envision kind of needs to be brought?
That to me, and again, this is the world according to Todd. Now, again, so I'm not saying that anything I say has to be agreed upon by any other human being.
For sure.
So, but what I relate to the most about Batman, and maybe it's just my personality, is him just coming home. He's got, like, again, tons of money and can do whatever he wants, and he just sits and sits and sits, and then at 2:30 in the middle of the night, 2:30 a.m., he turns to Alfred and he goes, "Get me the black costume, because I'm gonna go scare the shit out of those fucks." Right? That guy, I understand that guy. They've been scaring us. They've been torturing us.
Oh my God.
So guess what I'm gonna do? I'm going to let them feel exactly what they've been doing to us. Get me the black costume. It's time to go. So I haven't quite seen that guy yet, but that's okay.
Okay.
I'm ready to see.
I can't show a lot of toys and paraphernalia.
Yeah.
American Psycho vibe.
I mean, when I was writing my Spawn movie, I turned to my toy people and go, just to get you prepared, there's nothing in the script that basically is going to sell one toy. You could see they're scratching their head going, Holzrak, isn't this your company, the toy company? Yeah. And you wrote a script that won't sell any toys. Yeah.
Oh
what
my God.
the hell's going on, Todd? And the answer is that for me, in my perspective, I try not to let any tail wag a dog. So when you're doing a comic book, do it the best you can within the parameters of what people expectations are in comic books and how they enjoy and read comic books. When you're going to do a video game, then use those same sort of criteria. If you're going to do a movie, just do a movie, right? I mean, look at here's the reality. If we ever get, and we will get this Spawn movie off the ground, I have to acknowledge that 98.5% of the people that go to that movie, if it's successful, will have never bought a Spawn comic book in their entire life. Yeah. And the vast majority of them might not even know there is a book called Spawn, because the globe's a big place. And what we got to do is put out an entertaining movie, period, finito. Not worry about whether it's a great representation of issue 55. So.